should she be regarded as a security threat, as a terrorist? Is she a terrorist in any meaningful way?
I tell you what, this would be a really good moment to play that clip. It's only a couple of minutes long. This clip is from the Home Office Select Committee in, I think, March 2015. So this was within weeks of the girls going. Speaking are Sir Bernard Hogan Howe, who's head of the Met at the time, and his deputy, Mark Rowley. It only lasts a minute, but you will see how these two senior policemen speak of the three missing girls then and what their culpability is, and compare that to now.
People travelling to Syria and Iraq. But in this particular case, the girls concerned, they've made a huge and terrible mistake, but they are very young girls compared with the other people. And in this particular case, without going into the other case, but in this particular case, do you have any reflections on how we could get them back safely to this country?
I think there's an important
where we are now.
There's an important thing to say here. It's every case on its merits. We have no evidence in this case that these three girls are responsible for any terrorist offences. I think that's important. So they have no reason to fear that if there's nothing else comes to light, no reason to fear that we'll be treating them as terrorists if they come back to this country.
In other words, if they return, they will not be returning to jail. They can return to their families.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying today?
Yes.
And that's your clear statement to them?
Absolutely.
I'm not suggesting they're watching the proceedings of the Home Affairs Select Committee. But if the message goes out that if they return, there are no terrorism issues here.
Yeah.
But I think it's a vitally important because we've been challenged in the past that when people have gone, we believe in terrorism, sometimes they've changed their mind.
Sure.
Do you encourage them to come back or do you condemn them to stay there? But in this case, it's very clear.
There's a difference between the person who has been running around northern Iraq and Syria with the Kalashnikov and then has a touch of the seconds and wants to come back and apologise. That's very different to three young girls who we have no evidence to suggest they're involved in terrorism.
Thanks.